for Miami.
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Nix. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And it'll be Dolphin football. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
You see the numbers on the ground a week ago for Achane. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was D.K. Metcalf. And that'll make it 3rd down. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And they played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Well, that's going to be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career, and that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that, and even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is knocked away and incomplete. But I think it was a free play. Let's check the call. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
It's a pick up of 6.
2nd down and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Kidd. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On play action, they'll throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. He'll dump this off to Achane. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dolphin touchdown. Reggie Gilliam, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point made good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Seahawks nothing. Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, if they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And try to find Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And this game, for them, is all about the line of scrimmage. Winning that battle, using their leverage, being the low man with power to take the offensive linemen and run them back into their own backfield and try and create some lost yardage plays.
It's a gain of 20. And the Seahawks 1st down.
Missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Nix looking to throw again. On the slant, here's Smith and Jigba. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Nix from the shotgun. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their 1st drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
So the completion gets them just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
We'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 45-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3rd catch in this 1st half for him, and this one's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Achane here, they stay on the ground. Travis Jones makes a tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw caught by Ochamp. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They'll run. Ochamp. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. One more time with Ochamp. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. T. Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. Sanders on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. A beautiful fake. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, it's Walker. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Throwing Nix. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Room here to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
To throw is Nix. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts.
That's a gain of 3.
As they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Nix to the air. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane making their way back out. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating him up right now. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. T. Higgins. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now to have the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Oh, Walker showing the power. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. First half. A final shot before break. Nix. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime
Our tour
report.
of the
Scott?
NFL starts now. It begins in Houston. The Texans at home to take on the visiting New York Giants. And this is Jaden Higgins. It's fired deep downfield. He's right there to secure it. 74 yards to the end zone. The Texans are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Next up, we go to Big D, specifically Arlington, Texas. Check in on the Cowboys. They're playing host to the New Orleans Saints. And it's Joe Burrow. He had a heck of a game. This, one of 2 touchdown passes. He also ran for a score. The Cowboys are out to a 2-0 start. They roll in this one. One more for you. Let's go to SoFi Stadium. It's the Rams hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And here is the running back. Just get his hands on the football and let him do the rest. It's going to wind up as a 53-yard touchdown. The Cardinals get a second straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. With that, we give you a look at the rest of the early games and games still in progress here in Week 2 of the NFL season. Meanwhile, our game has not been all that competitive, a one-sided affair through 2 quarters, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in for the Miami touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. For the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. And he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. That ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
37-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 28-yard line.
Looking to throw. Nix. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
That's good for a Seahawks first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back to the 24. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
That current formula is not working right now. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw. Nix. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you have extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Jacksonville, and they lead this one as well right now. Out in front here, they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Man open downfield, it's Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Brings up third down and 8 yards.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. And this will not have the distance to get there. Short, no good, just under the crossbar. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance.
Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. Well, at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Straight ahead, Walker. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down.
Smith and Jigba with the grab.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
2nd and 5. Here's Nix. Throw out wide to Walker.
So the completion good for just 3. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
It's a gain of 3.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun on third down, it's Nix. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
In motion, the tight end. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
One thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They got to feel great about what they got done.
They call it no gain on the play, and it'll be be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd and 10.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Back to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Pulled in at the 24. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now a 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun is Nix. That complete to Downs. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're going. It's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
12 yards. That's good.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
37-yard line.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Throw left side complete. That's Walker. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
This game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Nix. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Downs, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that flag accepted.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Dolphins offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Ready up.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either.
2nd down and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And they're going to speed things up here.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Seahawks 43-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
At the 21-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
It's now 3rd down and 16.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
It's a gain
They
of
probably
18.
don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Working end zone, but it's incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it,
From 20 yards out. And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
as well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt, the head coach. He wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Miami, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel